Hey there guys, it's Metro, and today we are starting a new series on something very special to me. It's the pre-patch event for the Shadowlands expansion, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is freaking cool doing it on the PTR here. We're going to record both the Horde and Alliance sides here, and hopefully we are going to record this for posterity. Since on the PTR not everything's finalized, but I do want to do this because I tell you what, there's nothing better than the pre-patch. It's honestly my favorite time in any expansion cycle because you get some content that's usually removed almost immediately after the expansion launches, and is only there for a few weeks anyway. Not sure exactly how long we'll see some of this stuff, but it's harkening back to Wrath and even classic content here with these invasions. As you see, the zombies have the high ground, so I wouldn't be taking a look at a little bit of story. It's broken up into a few weeks, so for this part we're going to be doing part one as both Horde and Alliance hopefully, and then we'll continue on with the series. So we're going to take it proper serious like we've done. If you haven't watched the previous types of videos I did like this with you know, the Nightborn or other big story type stuff that we wanted to record for posterity, it's going to be not a lot of me and a lot more of the content. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Champion, the Regent Lord requests your immediate presence in Orgrimmar. The matter is of a sensitive nature. Further details will be provided when you arrive. Please do not delay.
A matter of great urgency has arisen, one that requires your immediate attention. Due to the sensitive nature of recent events, I must withhold further details until we can speak in person. There is much to discuss. Regent Lord Lorthamar Theron awaits your arrival in Orgrimmar.
Acting in haste may cost us dearly. It would serve us well to continue our investigation before taking action. I greet you on behalf of Silvermoon.
It has been some time since I stood here, staring into the distance. How could this have happened? I'm afraid I have difficult news to share with you, Metro.
What I'm about to share will be revealed to others in due time. Your discretion is of the utmost importance. The eternal sun still guides us.
The Horde is under attack. The undead Scourge is swarming in numbers not seen since the return of Arthas Menethil. Amidst the chaos, something terrible has happened. Allow me to explain. Word of your arrival to their commander.
Aldiel Shalom. Though I despise her actions, I cannot deny that Sylvanas Windrunner is a master tactician. The Scourge attacks and the abductions must be part of a larger strategy.
The Alliance is every bit as wounded as the Horde. King Ren and Lady Proudmoore were taken. They also came for Tyrande Whisperwind, but she neutralized her attackers.
Really? I knew the Night Warrior's power had grown, but to dispatch an adversary that even Jaina Proudmoore could not. It is fortunate that we have the Knights of the Ebonblade to aid us. General Nazgrim reports that Bolvar Fordragon is free of the Lich King's crown and is recovering in Akros. What's more, the Argent Crusade has rallied to answer the call. They stand ready to drive back the Scourge from our lands.
Bolvar Fordragon was one of the bravest heroes Azeroth has ever known. If anyone can advise us how to defeat this menace and recover our friends, it is the High Lord.
The legacy of the Lich King is forever entwined with that of my family. Regent Lord, though I serve only as an advisor to the Forsaken, I ask to stand with you as you face this threat.
The Scourge's behavior is erratic. In an attempt to counter their efforts, I've dispatched several allies alongside Orgrimmar's finest wolf riders to stop them in their tracks. You can find our allies along the southern road. I'll be expecting a full report when you return. Commander Throg sent me to gather reports on Scourge activity. Any news? Word from those traveling through the pass suggests a small Scourge presence near Razor Hill. I've sent a scout to investigate, but they've yet to return. The Scourge are already here? We've been under attack since we've arrived. If we don't purge this outpost of rotting flesh soon, we'll be overrun. I dispatch our raiders to Orgrimmar, and this is only the reinforcements we get, or it's the rest of the pack. Riders. There haven't been any reports from the field. Commander Throg sent me to gather information. If they've stopped our riders, take this. Our allies must hear of these attacks.
Go forth to victory.
Anaria Shola.
The never-ending threat is a lifelong dedication to a cause.
Our enemies will fall.
This information is accurate? This cannot be. The commander will be expecting a thorough report. Compiling these reports will take some time. If you could help clear the area here, I'll finish twice as fast.
What business have you?
You may have a fighting chance after all. Take this report to the commander. He will know what best to do with it.
Be ready for anything.
And I will reassure the Justicar she has our full support. Our reinforcements will be arriving shortly. I've just received a dire report from our allies in Northrend. Justicar Trueheart requests our immediate assistance. We cannot ignore the urgency of this request, even if it means braving the terrors of Icecrown itself. A Death Knight like you would do much to bolster their chances on the battlefield. You have my reward. Our allies here will be protected. Battle calls, Metro. I trust you're ready.
Forgive me, but I believe that to be antiquated thinking, Justicar. We must act now, before it is too late. If we continue to delay, our opportunity may be lost.
Yes?
You've arrived just in time. The commander spoke very highly of you. With the release of the Scourge, all hell has broken loose. Through quick action, our allies, we've managed to hold our ground for now. We need to clear out the immediate threat to assess the situation and begin to plan our advance. I'll be damned if we let this place fall. The Scourge's abrupt attack on these grounds caught our forces off guard. While our peacekeepers were able to escort most of our allies to safety, there are those who were not so lucky. Check the training grounds and locate those that survived the onslaught. We need all the help we can get.
Our paths will cross again.
Though we have first-hand contact with the Scourge's presence, word of the resurgence of the Cult of the Damned has sparked our curiosity. They've said to amass quite a following as of late. I can only imagine what they're up to. I suggest we investigate. Hey, keep it quiet over here. We don't need everybody and their bony little friends coming after us, okay? What do you think they're up to in there? That is rather peculiar. I'll ask our riders to keep an eye on things. With our allies steadily regaining control of these grounds, it's time we press on. Our previous efforts to establish a small forward camp deeper in the heart of Icecrown were overrun before we could settle. With you by our sides, I believe we have a fighting chance to reclaim the area. Secure a foothold atop the Iron Wall Rampart in Icecrown.
I await your signal. Don't let its size fool you. That thing is as brittle as they come. Bring it down! A job well done. I am sure the Justicar will be pleased. Let us share with her news of our success.
Excellent work, Metro. Preparations are underway. Soon the foothold will be stocked and ready for our allies. For the time being, there are other matters that require your assistance. Advancing the effort unlocks access to daily quests in Icecrown. Minions of the Lich King once carried Scourge stones granted by their Dark Master. Recently we have found the rampaging undead carrying a new sort of stone. These stones are darker, more sinister, and we do not know their purpose. As you slay the undead rampaging across Icecrown, keep your eyes open for such stones. If you bring them back to me, I shall turn them over to the Confessors for study. Just as I was making progress on our alternative defensive research, my spore samples ran dry. The mushrooms I was using only inhabit a particularly unpleasant location to the southeast. To collect an appropriately sized sample, you'll have to... how do I put this? You'll have to feed them. Don't ask me why, but apparently they mature fastest with a nice rotting corpse nearby. Try luring a few undead to our fungal friends. That should give them all the nutrients they need to grow big and strong. Those damn cultists are relentless. They caught us off guard and managed to drag a few of our own back to their camp. Light only knows what they're doing with them up there. Word is you're quite capable of holding your own. With our numbers thinning, I'd hesitate to ask, but if you can offer any sort of help, we'd be in your debt. The camp's just up that way. What news have you? Why am I not surprised? You almost make it look too easy. Yeah, currently the dailies don't actually give anything, but Still interesting content that, again, likely won't be here for too long, unfortunately. Let's turn this one, and this one does give something. I will turn these over to the confessors immediately. There's more here than simply a strange stone, and perhaps they will lead us to answers about the creatures assaulting our world from beyond the veil. If you find any additional Scourge stones while you're adventuring, I can take them off your hands. And then there's more daily. It's basically like turning in further. The darkened ones are just from regular mobs. And then the pitch black ones, these are from the rares. There's rares in the zone too if you haven't seen it. There's one up right now. Falric, pretty cool. But again, basically just maybe catch-up gear and some other stuff. I do want to check out the Alliance side, so we're going to do that. And then there's one other thing that we want to see.
Champion, you are needed in Stormwind on a matter of great urgency and discretion. Come at once, and come alone.
Matter of great urgency has arisen, one that requires immediate attention. Due to the sensitive nature of recent events, I must withhold further details until we meet. We have much to discuss. King Greymane and I await your arrival at Lion's Rest.
How could I let this happen?
Our curse is also
I knew you would not hesitate to answer the call, Metro. I will be brief. The very heart of the Alliance is under attack. The undead Scourge is swarming in numbers not seen since the return of Arthas Menethil. Amidst the chaos, something terrible has happened. What I'm about to share with you has not yet been revealed to our allies. They will be told in due time, but I need to speak to you directly before word gets out. Allow me to explain. We must find a way to rescue Anduin and the others, but in this moment the safety of our citizens and our allies is our highest priority. As such, I have reached out to those experienced in dealing with threats of this nature. Scourge's unbound hunger has been unleashed. It's only a matter of time before those monsters swarm our streets. We need expertise in dealing with this menace. The Death Knights of the Ebon Blade has stepped forward for us, but even they can't do this alone. The Argent Crusade has answered the call. I need you to work with them to keep our people safe, Metro. I've sent word of your arrival to their commander. He awaits you at the camp just inside the city gates.
I just want to find where she's taken our friends. King Greymane, what's the plan?
We'll get them back, Talia. I swear to you, we'll save them all.
The Ebon Blade has extracted the Lich, the High Lord, from the battle in Icecrown. He is recovering in Acheris.
I pray he can help us find answers. Without that cursed helm, the Scourge are running rampant. We'll need the help of the Argent Crusade to stem the tide of the undead.
If anyone can figure out how this all fits together, it's Bolvar.
Did you say Bolvar? Bolvar Full Dragon? That's my father. Is he alive?
Talia, I will explain. But we can't afford to let our guard down. Not with so much at stake.
Alright, so I picked up the quest. Very difficult to do that right now. But the guy I got it from also says, make sure you bring Lieutenant Vernon up to speed before you return. He'll be awaiting your initial reports in Darkshire, so... The Scourge can strike anytime, anywhere. To counter their unpredictability, I sent forces to secure key locations along the southern road, heading east, though some time has passed, and I've yet to receive any reports from our scouts in the field. With the erratic nature of these attacks, I fear the worst. Travel the road, and see what you can uncover. I'll be expecting a full report when you return. Light be with you, Metro.
Need help?
Gregor sent me to gather reports. Do you have any news? Our patrols reported a few Scourge sightings to the east, but nothing unexpected. I've sent a scout to speak with Guard Captain Josephine and Redridge, but they've yet to return.
King's honor, friend.
Gregor sent me the Scourge. They're already here? I'm afraid it's been that way for some time. Without proper reinforcements, Stormwind may be next. Take their support. Tell them it's worse than we thought.
Safe travels.
It's really bad when you get frozen by a frostworm. You're right, it's definitely worse than we thought. Didn't expect the frostworm. All I expected was these tarantulas.
Need help?
Guard Captain Fairbanks raises his weapon, aiming it threateningly in your direction. You! Never sneak up on me like that again. I could have killed you. What are you doing here? It's not safe. What? Gather the reports. I sent our couriers on his way long ago. No, reports have reached the capital. Give me what I have. Give me what you have, and I'll make sure it gets delivered.
Careful.
Should check in with Vernon and his men just down the road in Darkshire. If it's bad here, I can't even imagine what they're up against. Gregor sent you. This is worse than I thought. The commander will be expecting a full report. Compiling those reports will take some time. If you can help clear the area, I'll finish twice as fast.
You need something?
We may have a fighting chance after all. Take my report to the commander. He'll know what to do with this information. Says, and I will reinsure that Justicar, she has our full support. Our reinforcements will be arriving shortly. Good luck. I will see to it that King Greymane and the High Exarch receive these reports, though I fear it is only the beginning. The courier has just informed me of an escalating situation. It appears we are not the only ones under duress. I saw him, and Light saved me. He saw me too. Champion, your aid is needed. Alright, so we got through all the Alliance-specific stuff. The rest is the same as Horde, presumably. But there's one quest that we haven't done. We didn't do it on Horde either. We're going to check that out. Nathanos, Blightcaller, slain. We found him. We found the Blightcaller. I was on patrol like I'd done 100 times before, only there he was, sitting on the front porch of that old house with those terrible dogs. And I swear he smirked at me and stared at me with those fiery red eyes, and the young courier wipes his brow. He's at the mayor's stead. Our forces have him surrounded, but you should probably gather your friends. I don't think he plans to surrender. And here's the Horde equivalent. The messenger appears visibly shaken. Word has reached us of, well, I'm not quite sure how to put it. The Blightcaller has been found. Horde forces have been scouring Azeroth for any sign of him, determined to make him answer for his crimes. One of the Argent patrols has found him, not hiding in some distant land, just waiting at his old homestead. We have found him and have him surrounded, but I confess I don't like our odds. Perhaps you can gather your allies and bring him to justice? And here he is, just hanging out in Eastern Plague Lands here, exactly where you expect him. The Maris Stead, something data mined a while back, but still, looks like he's going to be a world boss. There's actually a world quest for him, which I've already done, and of course we could turn this in. But yeah, he's pretty difficult. He's got a bunch of mechanics. They don't really do much, but the thing is, he kind of stands on that hill, and you can't move him. I'm not sure if he could actually be tanked. I think he can be, but he puts this volley down, hits people, and if everybody's stacked up, it hits a lot of the people. He throws this plague tip arrows out, puts this green patch down, so it makes it even harder to stand and fight him. And then he's got these dogs that are chasing random targets. Now they are death grippable, but when they're in range, they can't. When they're enraged, they can't be death gripped. And of course, he's also got this like he kind of shoots like this really, really big, like poison arrow out. And then of course, if you're Alliance, you have no hope whatsoever. So good luck. But yeah, pretty cool. I really like what I saw here. This was week 1, and I'm definitely happy to cover this because I'm telling you what, pre-patch stuff is always something to behold. I feel like so. Let me know what you think. Hopefully, you know what?
You cowering there.
Oh, look at that. He's talking to me. He knows I'm recording in the past. But
I
yo,
see you
oh, I know
there.
it's good. But anyway, so yeah, I really like it. I have to say the Alliance is way better than the Horde. The Horde stuff is always, you know, stable, but the Alliance areas are just so much nicer. The fact that it takes place. One of my favorite areas in the whole game is kind of the little circuit that you could run from Stormwind through Westfall, through Darkshire, or whatever it's called, through Redridge and back to Stormwind. You could literally run in a giant circle. All the roads are well defined. Lots of quests that intersected with those 4 zones in Classic. And I'll tell you what, that was probably one of my favorite things ever about exploring the game for the first time. So a little nostalgia there. But let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We're going to see you in part 2, which hopefully will be sometime next week.